Soft Life Seamstress, the beauty of the Baste Stitch. If I don't tell you this, some of you will stay stuck in a temporary version of yourself for the rest of your life. And you will call it stability. And that quiet sadness, it will follow you everywhere. Everywhere. Before we go further, I'm walking this morning. Save this video. You will need to hear this more than once. Let it so it reaches woman setting in something temporary. And subscribe if you are ready for a style that reflects evolution, and share this with a woman who says, this is just where I am right now. And if you're ready to build a permanent aligned style identity, join my style lab. This is where we stitch intentionally. I'm doing stacking. I'm walking and doing my video at the same time. Now let's talk about the Baste Stitch. What a Baste Stitch really is. In sewing, a Baste Stitch is temporary. It holds fabric in place just long enough to test the fit. It is loose, it is adjustable, it is not meant to stay. But here's what breaks my heart. Some women live their entire life in Baste stitches. Temporary decisions were never meant to define permanent identity. Passing my house. I'm going to go a long walk. You said, this is just for now. This will do. I'll upgrade later. I'll figure my style out when I lose weight. That's my home. When I feel better. When life settles. And that's temporary stitch. Became your uniform. Morning. Your everyday uniform.
No, come over here. Hey.
If this if this hitting you already, comment temporary. Because awareness is the first seam we reinforce. So the sadness of living temporary. There is a unique sadness in wearing clothes that feels like placeholders. Not bad, not terrible either, not just you. Morning! And that's how level dissatisfaction becomes normal. You stop experimenting, you stop refining, you stop upgrading, because you convince yourself this is just a season. But season stretches into years. When you live in just for now, you postpone your becoming. If I don't say this clearly, my hands are hurting me. Some of you will remain emotionally paused. You will wait for permission. You will wait for a milestone. You will wait for validation. And in the meantime, your confidence stays loose. Your presence stays hesitant. Your identity stays undefined. So save this video right here, because this is the moment you realize you've been living in a Baste Stitch. Let me cross over. So, style basting after 40 and 50. After 40, after 50, women often shift into survival dressing. Loose, fitting, neutral, everything, nothing bold, nothing intentional, just enough to get by. Because no one told you you are allowed to refine again. You're allowed to fit again. You're allowed to define again. A Baste stitch holds fabric. It never meant to hold identity. If I stay silent about this, some of you will stay dressed for comfort instead of clarity. And that slowly erodes self-perception, perception. Because style is a communication. And when your wardrobe whispers uncertainty, I'm so thirsty, your spirit feels it. Like this video if you believe clothes affect confidence. We are not minimizing style anymore. No, we're not. We're definitely not. So why we cling to the Baste stitch? The Baste stitch feels safe. It doesn't commit. It doesn't declare. It doesn't risk. Ooh, hot. And women prefer temporary because permanent requires decision. But listen carefully. Indecision is still a decision. And over time, that indecision creates stagnation. Indecision quietly becomes identity. If I don't share this truth, some of you will still stay neutral your entire life. Neutral clothes, neutral presence, neutral energy. And neutral becomes invisible. Believe it or not. Not because you lack beauty, no. But because you never finalize the stitch. It's still based. Share this with a woman who says, I'm just keeping it simple. Simple should be intentional, not resigned. The power of the vinyl stitch. At some point in sewing, you remove the Baste stitch. You commit. Morning! You sew the permanent seam. You press it, you finish it, you own it. And that is what mature styles requires. Decision, clarity, ownership. Permanent confidence requires intentional stitching. If you stay in the basting stage, you will always feel half formed, half visible, and half confident. And that is sadness I refuse to let you normalize. Join my Style Lab if you are ready to identify your true body type, Define your fashion personality. Edit out temporary wardrobe pieces. Build permanent confidence. Stop dressing for survival. Inside the lab, we don't baste, we build. The years you could lose. Imagine 5 more years in placeholder clothes. 5 more years of saying, this is fine, this is good enough, I don't need much. When down, deep down, you crave definition, refinement, elegance, presence. Good enough slowly becomes not enough. And if I don't say this, some of you will look back at this season and realize you postponed yourself. Not because you couldn't evolve, not because no one told you the Baste Stitch was temporary. So pause here in your video. Let silence work. My hands are hurting me. I'm about to go in. The Baste Stitch has beauty. It allows testing. It allows adjustment. But it will not be the final design, and neither are you. Stop living in temporary expression. Stop dressing like you are in a waiting room. Stop postponing your presence. You are ready for permanent stitching. Refine stitching, align stitching. Let that sink in, darlings. And I see you in the next video. Much love. I'm gonna jump off because I'm so thirsty and I need some water. But this is my home. I'm back home. I think I'm gonna do another video like this because it's really, really nice to just walk and do my video at the same time. I'm like stacking. I'm doing 2 things at the same time. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Oh, if you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And remember, like, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you won't miss any of my video. Much love. Take care. Bye for now.